Okay, guys, looking at this pulley setup. Looks like there's an E-clip on the end, 28. There's a spacer, 83. 88's a seal. Bearing key shaft on the other side. Same thing. And there's a set screw in the pulley somewhere, along with a grease fitting on the end of the idler arm. So, let's go out and take a look at it. See what we're missing. Okay, hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Got both the belts rolled off. See how much play there is back and forth? Whoops. There's that much play, and that's what's kicking the belt off. So, oops. I can see there's no E-clip on this side, but the set screw apparently has the pulley held tight. That has me wondering if either them the washers are out of it or something. I mean, there's no twist play to it. There's just side to side. That side to side movement is what is causing them pulleys to move back and forth enough and toss this belt. I just took this other belt off just so I can move it easier and see what's going on here. And as hopefully you guys can see, my oil pan gasket is leaking on this, and I actually put oil in it yesterday to mow with it. So now I got an oily mess to deal with. And I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do there. I'm going to have to pull the motor off at some point and fix that. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that today or just let that go for a while. So, okay, let me see if I can figure out. There should be set screws somewhere. Either set screws on the outside here. Yes, okay. There's a set screw right there at my fingernail. So, take one of these pulleys off. Actually, I'm probably gonna have to take them both off because I don't think there's enough room to drive the shaft with the pulleys on either direction, and I will go from there. Not doing very good videotaping with my left hand here, so apologize. Okay, guys, I've been diving into this a little bit more, and now I got it in the engaged position. You can see the pulley moves that much, and then the arm itself moves that much. So, I don't know if you guys can see up in there, but it needs to be over there for the belt to be working right. With it the whole way over, it is a full pulley's width away from the hole in the frame. This camera angle is a little bit deceiving, but it is that bad. So, because even if I fix this ½ inch on the bottom, this will help a lot. And you can see it's right at the edge there. And this arm actually goes up on and across where the pedals go, I believe, on the clutch and the brake is actually what it pivots. It pivots up and down on. So it's really loose and worn on there, and it's also worn and loose down here. So, because I was thinking about taking this off and getting it on the bench and looking at it. I'm deciding if it's worth that or not yet. I'm not real sure. So I'm gonna ponder at this some more. I went and looked. I took the 74 out front to go get my Allen wrenches out of my truck, and I looked at it, and it has very, very minimal play. I mean, maybe a 16th or an 18th total back and forth. So my theory is, once I get this pulley off of here, I'm going to cobble up some spacers, because there's no... trying to look for myself without the camera, really. I don't visibly see any up and down play in the bearings. So, okay, let me get this knock loose and see what I can do here. Okay, I got the pulley off, keyway's laying there. It's time for lunch. So, I'll be right back after these commercial messages. Beep. Okay, back from lunch. I got the shaft the whole way off. The only thing I see is I see the washer that was on behind the other pulley is actually worn, and it is not pressing on the center of the pulley anymore. So I mean, that would definitely cause some excessive wear. You can see how big the hole is in that one, and then that one is about roughly the same size. So what I'm debating about doing is just putting that washer there, putting this one on this side, because the actual pulley isn't, oops, I'm sorry, the pulley isn't actually worn over here to the point where it would matter. So that's a thought I have. The other thing is I'm gonna take some sandpaper to the inside of this pulley, and I'll make it so it slides on and off real easy. So that way I don't have to fight pounding on it for an hour like I did to get it apart. So, alrighty, let me do that. And apparently I need to charge your battery. So, and see how that works. And I'm going to look around on the ground and see if I can't find this set screw, because that's actually what holds it together. I mean, the E-clip is just in case it decides to grenade, but I actually pulled the deck off so it'd be easier to get at this. And I've been wanting to check these gearboxes for a while and make sure there's actually oil or grease, something in them. This pulley's actually kind of crappy down here, but might straighten it out the best I can. I don't know if you guys can pick out the narrow spot right there. I think you guys can see it. Yeah. Narrow spot to it, and it's rusty. So, let me play around with that kind of stuff off camera. The set screw, I have no idea where it went, because it fell off while I was hammering the pulley off the shaft on there. And I wasn't paying attention. I heard it hit the ground, but who knows where it went. You guys see it anywhere? How about behind the tire? Nope. Interesting. This could be entertaining. I wonder if it's on the mower deck. Good question. It's here somewhere. Couldn't have got too far. So, I'll keep looking. Okay, finally got this thing out of the tractor on the bench so I can actually look at it. And I figured then I can add shims up here on the shaft. What a pain that was. It's almost 3 o'clock. I've been screwing with this since after lunch. So now I can finally hammer this back on up here and see, make sure we get it tight on the bench. So hold on. Okay, got it all back together here. It's not exactly spinning as free as I would like it, but it does seem to work. And I never did find this set screw over here, so I put a 5/16 coarse thread in it. Seems to be the same size, so I guess we'll stick it back in there. What's the worst thing happens? I gotta take it back apart and change the bearings. Yep, not looking forward to that, but here we go. Really, I really can't show doing this because plain and simple, there's just enough room down there for me, let alone for you guys to see anything. So just let me say, hey, it's fun. Yep, definitely. Yeah, it's entertaining. Yep. Anyhow, I'll come back when I get it put together. So both gearboxes have grease in them. I added a little bit to this one over here, but it was still about halfway full, which I think is about where you want it. This one over here might be a little too full, I feel, but main thing is to keep some grease in them, keep the bearings good, and should last a long time. So, slap that back together, and we'll slap the deck back on and see if it works. So let's see what it does here. Figured the deck's running. Crap. Okay, gotta adjust it a little bit, I guess. I took all that play out of it now, so now it doesn't have that slop. Something's supposed to stop that belt from turning. Yeah, let me look into it on one of the other ones here a second. So I went and mowed for about 15 minutes or so, and it never kicked the belt. But the PTO doesn't really shut off now, so now I'm going to have to get a belt that's like an inch longer, which is whatever. And once I do that, everything should be working perfect. Mows really good. I actually kind of enjoy using it, believe it or not. Most people don't like the 408s for mowing, but it does alright. So, alrighty guys. For right now, that's the 1970 408 project. Thanks for watching. See everybody later. Okay guys, it's a couple days later with the all-white 7408. And I made this little snippet that I may or may not have put in between here. See how this video edits up, because I've actually had this apart once before. And what I think may or may not be going on is I think this pulley actually needs flipped over. And you'll see when I take it off, this other side over here actually has about a space on it like that, so if you flip it over, the pulley will be further over that direction, about the pulley's width I need. So, without further ado, I already loosened the set screw. Now obviously I had this out of here last week, so it's gonna go fairly easy. At least it did. If I had my press here at the house, I'd use that. I don't have it. And the one thing I didn't think about, wonder where the keyway went that was in it. It's still in it. Oh, I got it. That's right, the keyway would slide in between this old bearing over here. Apparently the set screw on this side is loose because pulley moved on the shaft. Okay, so I got that back together. So I almost tried to put it on the wrong direction again. Now I dropped the key, right? Yes. I have to do what I did before and press it together with the bench vise. Hopefully you guys are still here in focus. Well, he started on the shaft. Now, if one of you guys would come over here and hold this. Almost fits in there. I'm gonna have to start this on a bench behind you guys. If I got a socket or something that's shorter than that. Really, I just need a socket big enough. Actually, I could, no. Still gotta be. Aha. I'm going to put the keyway up so I can see it. Okay, you guys still awake? Yeah, 10:42. Yeah, why is that so tight? How is that tight? Why it's so tight? Can't remember if I did this before or not, but I'm gonna heat the pulley up and in hopes it'll slide on here easier. I gotta watch because I pumped this full of grease, so the grease is gonna light up. Try not to get a big grease fire going. I'm not even quite to the keyway yet, and it's already hanging up like it is. Hot enough. I can't believe that. Trick is now I'm gonna have to let it cool down before I do anything. About something went there. Oh, something gave. Okay, I'm gonna let everything cool down. We'll try it again. Well, I see what happened now. I broke my bench vise. So, that ain't gonna get put together. Well, sheet. Guess I'm gonna have to go Harbor Freight and buy another one of those, huh? Crap. Well, I guess I'll take it to work and put it in my press tomorrow then, I guess, won't I? Interesting. Very interesting, Mr. Bond. keyway. Oh, tight again. Oh. Hit the end of the shaft, that's why I got late. So much better when it's not bottom out on the shaft, huh? Ding. Whoops. Might want to grab that. Okay, so hopefully, as you guys saw in the last clip before this, I got this all pressed together at work. Everything spins nice and free. And next trick is I will put it in the tractor and see if the belts line up. I don't know if I'll actually do that tonight or not. It's actually getting kind of late here, but the heck with it. I can get it in the tractor. I don't even necessarily have to hook the rods up to see if the belts are lined up. So I'll get it in and we'll see what it looks like. And hopefully there wasn't any copyrighted music playing in the background of the last clip, and you guys saw that. If not, you'll see a weird, abrupt 10-second clips. Should be entertaining. So anyhow, here we go. Check it out, I think it's working right. Get on the tractor just in case things go haywire here. It works! Screw with me now, damn it. Alright. Sweet. So, at least in the shop, it's real close, 8 o'clock at night, so I'm not going to dig everything out, and there's a chance of rain and thunderstorms moving through, so we'll test it another day in some grass, but as of right now, everything's working. I just got to bend over. I got a cotter pin right there to bend over, and one more for the clutch pedal, and then it'll all be finalized back together. So there's the 408. Get the engagement pulley belt set up right, and thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next project. Hopefully I'll remember to buy a coil spring, damn it, valve spring compressor for the 450, and that'll be the next project. So alright guys, see you on the next one. Later.